Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Today is Comments Day, episode 51, and that's because I've been away on tour in the USA with The Darkness for the last couple of weeks, so there's no long-form podcast discussion today with producer Jenny May Finn, and I hope that's okay, and I hope you forgive us. I'll try to answer all of the questions open-heartedly, as per usual, and here we go. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. And it's Comments Day. Also, don't forget tickets for the Justin Hawkins Rides Again for the first time UK tour goes on sale this Friday, the 27th of October, and the link is in the description for tickets, and there's a list of all the places that I'm going to be doing that in. You must come and see it. It'll be an eye-opener. I don't know what it's going to be, but looking forward to it anyway. Here are some comments to react to. Speedwagon said, what's the best thing you've done for yourself since making it big? Wow. I think probably, I think getting my teeth put back in the right place was a good thing, because then it makes me smile, and then I'm smiling more, and then I sort of have the appearance of a happy person, which sometimes permeates my bleak veil that descends over my eyes and makes me see everything. You know, I'm more or less a manic depressive, so the more I can smile, the more likely I am to get through the day. So I think getting my teeth sorted out gave me the confidence to work on that side of my psyche, and I just think I would say that's it's been a huge life-changing procedure. So yeah, if anybody's, always invest in your smile, that's what I say. It's worth it. Okay, so Noodle Mutt with a lovely super thanks says, thanks for your work on this fantastic channel. I always trip over my feet running to tap that notification. I actually have a question for Comments Day maybe. My husband and I are super excited to be seeing The Darkness in Philadelphia in October, my first VIP, and it got us thinking, what is the coolest thing that's ever happened during one of your live shows? And alternatively, what is the worst thing you can recall happening during a show? The coolest thing that's ever happened during one of our live shows. Oh my God. I'll tell you the worst one, I think. I went to do the headstand at the Nottingham Rock City, and we'd just started using this drum riser that was made out of perspex, because we thought it looked like the drums were flying, you know, because it'd be a clear glass drum riser. It was quite big, and I didn't realise how slippery it would be. So I fell, my head went like that, and I kind of cricked my neck a little bit, and my legs went over and nearly knocked my brother's amps over. And it was, first of all, it was embarrassing. It was painful. It was really dangerous, I think. And then I tried to do it again, and the same thing happened. So that was the worst thing that ever happened. I think and also I've broken stuff. I've broken ribs and things like that. You know, I've had a lot of injuries on stage. The coolest thing that's ever happened. On the last arena tour that we did at the beginning of the year, there was Frankie Poulin had started wearing a headset microphone. He was doing his backing vocals, and he sort of sauntered over to me and was just singing the backing vocals to Love Is Only a Feeling, but looking me straight down the eyes, and I just couldn't hold it together. So I think I like stuff like that, because, you know, stuff that makes me laugh and makes it difficult for me to actually do my gig. I just really appreciate that level of sabotage, and it was awesome. There was another great one where we played. I've forgotten what the festival was now, but we had. I mean, I woke up and I didn't really have any voice, and I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to sing at this show. So I tried all sorts of holistic, what was it called, Ayurvedic remedies and stuff, and I finally got my voice going, and I actually sang really well in the show. I was really happy with the way my voice sounded. It had a sort of grate to it because I was ill, and everything sounded like Steven Tyler to my ears. I thought I was really happy. But we had a sort of stand-in lighting man, and for the first time ever, we had a a video wall behind us, and it just had our logo on there. So I was kind of like making fun of the fact that we didn't do anything, we didn't plan anything or program anything or have any animations or anything interesting on that video wall. It was just a logo. And I'd seen Depeche Mode a couple of weeks before that, and they have a huge sort of video wall centric show which is really, time, I suppose it's synchronized with the music and all that. And I was sort of telling the crowd that Depeche Mode wanted to just put their logo on there and just have it sitting there, but they didn't have the technology or the expertise, and we were lucky to have such personnel that can really get the video wall doing more than anybody's ever seen a video wall do. And as I was doing that, the new lighting guy took it upon himself to turn the logo upside down, and then he made it like lots of small logos and just loads of doing cool stuff in the logo. And by the end of that whole section of the show, the whole crowd were going, logo, logo. And that was a headline appearance at a UK festival, and everyone was shouting logo, logo, logo. Loved it. So that was probably the coolest. Maybe that was the coolest. Great question. Dr. Ronald Slophock says, I apologise, but I have to disagree with Justin for once. If Queen had originated in this age, then Queen would never have existed. They are, as Justin stated, aggressive and innovative. The homogeneity of the current music industry would have rejected them, and they would have had some fans on Bandcamp, but without the backing of the industry, they would never have been the paradigm shifters that they were. Yeah, okay, good argument, but I feel like the quality of their material would elevate them. There's certain artists that do that. But I see what you mean. I think, people tried to reject them in the 70s. It'd be even more difficult for them now, I suppose. But I'm glad that we don't live in a universe where Queen didn't exist in the 70s, because I don't really want to live in that universe, to be honest. Good observations and an interesting argument. Catriona asks, I can't stop looking at your new ink. What kind of bird is it? And is there a meaning behind it? Cheers. Okay, well, that's a hawk. It's a big hawk, but it's the hawk from Hawk the Slayer. If you guys are familiar with that seminal piece of swords and sorcery, it's a magnificent movie that I grew up on, and I was really excited to do that. And also it sort of ties in with the Taylor Hawkins stuff. And also I'm a Hawkins as well. It's got hawks in it. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. April Kurtz 1589 with a lovely super thanks. Says, thanks, Justin. Have you ever entertained the idea of starting your own record label? Why or why not? Peace. Yeah, I have had a couple of imprints over the years. Sometimes when you do independent releases, you can just start an imprint, and it's quite straightforward, really. I had one that's called Barbecue Rock Records. I think that's what the Hot Leg record came out on. And also, more recently, I started an imprint called Rides Again, hence that, which I haven't released anything on yet. So watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be some activity in that area. But I suppose what you're asking is, would I go off and sign other acts? I'd love to, but I don't really have the budget for marketing and all that stuff just yet. But maybe next year I'll probably be looking to, create an A&R department consisting of just moi, and then perhaps we'll sign some cool stuff and get it out there for you. Well, Robert Martin 2325 says, Justin, quick question. How much would you say you alternate between fingerpicking and using a plectrum on electric guitar? Or do you strictly fingerpick on acoustic and use a pick with the electric? Thanks for all the great years of wonderful entertainment. Cheers, Robert. I think, I don't know. When I'm playing lead stuff, I think I'll probably 50-50, really. If I drop a plectrum, then I can get by. But for when I'm playing in the darkness, all those rhythm parts that I have to do, you need a plectrum for, really, because I'm striking chords and doing like, I don't know, I think it would kill my hands if I tried to do that, But thanks for the comment. Dreaming Fox 999 observes that the guitar stand moves farther and farther away from you. Where will it go? There's a few things in between the guitar stand and moi at the moment. I might bring it in a bit, actually, now you've said that. God, it's really messy in here. That's nice, isn't it? Then it goes there. Lovely. Okay, well, thanks for your observation. Okay, so the The ESB band said, Justin, when I was very young, 2 friends and I sat down to try to learn Sergeant Pepper a few weeks after it came out. We managed most of it, not too badly, but we were defeated by Ringo's extraordinary drumming. Why do you think he gets so many adverse comments? I think he's just wonderful. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ringo Starr. I think he's brilliant. The adverse comment, I don't know. I suppose it's because I reckon that's probably just because he's surrounded by, some of the greatest songwriters of all time. And then, I suppose the songs that are credited as being Ringo songs are the ones that are probably perhaps just a little bit simpler in conceit and the way they've realised his songs are. I don't know. I just think he's the one with the least exciting singing voice and the most simplistic contribution to the songwriting, but he's a great drummer. I really do think he's brilliant. Shawmut says, when your first album came out, I mocked a co-worker relentlessly for listening to what I thought was garbage, randomly singing falsetto, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. Your channel made me give it another go, and I listened to all the albums. I was horribly, horribly wrong. I did the same thing with the Beatles, so it's not the first time. So if my old co-worker is reading this, I apologise for my past ignorant ways. Well, thanks, Shawmut. That's the first thing to do, isn't it? Accept that you've made a mistake, and then try and be better in the future. But I appreciate your comment. Killer Kiaz says, which of your tattoos is your least favourite? I know it's not about music, but it's still interesting to ask anyone who has a lot of tattoos that. Yeah, I don't know. So I've got a lot of keloid scarring on my right arm, which is why my tattoos are a bit of a mess there. When he started to sort of work around that, it was pretty difficult to get the ink to stay in on the raised bits which were burnt. Yeah, I think he did the best he could. I think it's time for that right arm to get rejuged somehow. Something swooping and big and stupid on there. And tattoos are always a work in progress, I think. But good question, thank you. Tim091 states, I am actually responsible for the choice of music to be sent on the next probe into the far reaches of the universe. I have approval for the list of artists I have chosen, but unbeknownst to the project team, I'm going to secretly substitute the entire Darkness catalogue instead. My plan is that when the aliens arrive, they will be in search of the gods of the planet Earth that are called the Darkness, and the supreme one, the Justin. You're welcome. Well, Tim, amazing stuff. You might be surprised to learn that I'm already in space somewhere. Me and my brother and my sister, actually, my uncle took a photograph of me putting some water from a hose pipe in my brother's Wellington boot, and it said typical 80s children at play, and then they sent that up into space, I think. So yeah, that'll be the second contribution, and I'm really delighted that you've done that. Thanks, Tim. Eiley B says, can confirm, get you a ticket for a Darkness show. It'll be the best night in a long time. Very, very wise words. Thank you so much for sharing that. And in fact, thanks for all of your comments and for everyone who came to see the Darkness on the USA tour. On to Europe in 2 weeks' time. And don't forget that tickets for the Justin Hawkins Rides Again for the first time UK tour goes on sale this Friday, the 27th of October. I'm going to Norwich, Bristol, Sheffield, Glasgow, Gateshead, London, Cardiff, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool and Leeds, and there's a link in the description for those tickets. Wonderful stuff. Thanks for your comments. Keep them coming, and I'll try and respond to them periodically, as we have done over the past 2 years, 3 years. God, it's been brilliant times, isn't it? Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and join the bleeding mailing list. Nice one, guys. See you on the ice. Okay.